talk about the most magnificent landmark of Ankara, the Ankara Castle. This historic fortress with thousands of years, a symbol of trust and satisfaction. It takes visitors on a historical journey. The history of the Ankara Castle dates back to Hittite. Afterwards, many civilizations, which included the Phrygians, Lydians, Persians, Romans, Byzantines, and Seljuk, left their sign here. The glorious history of the castle turned into a historical gem with the passage of time.
It is impossible to discuss Ankara Castle without mentioning nearby museums. The neighboring Museum of Anatolian Civilizations, for example, is well known across the world for its artifacts, which offer knowledge about the history of the area. The Rahmi Koç Museum also provides tourists with an amazing experience. The amazing panorama of Ankara greets you as you reach to the castle. You may enjoy the feeling of being in a historical setting in the modern capital, as you see the city from here at sunset. So, was the only goal of this old fortress defense? Definitely not. Here, both military and civilian life have been successful over the ages. The residences inside the castle had been transformed into residential quarters during the Ottoman era, and life here eventually shifted to what is now Ankara. The opportunity to witness remnants of many eras together is what makes Ankara Castle unique. Its walls are decorated with Byzantine and Roman stones, as well as Ottoman repairs. A new tale comes out with each step.
Denizden gelen ahın gizemli kanatları ruhta ölüm karanlığını.
The castle consists of two main sections, the outer castle and the inner castle. While the outer castle covers a wider area than the inner castle, although the inner castle is where the main defense structure is located. The walls and towers still stand today, carry traces of its glorious past. When you step into the inner castle, you are enchanted with narrow streets and traditional Ankara houses from the Ottoman era. These houses attract attention not only with their architecture, also with art galleries, restaurants, and handcraft workshops they host.
Kerkük'ün zindanına attılar beni. Kerkük'ün zindanına attılar beni. Mazlumlar sürüsüne kattılar beni.
Now we are in a traditional Ankara house. As you can see, there is a really warm atmosphere in here. We have Turkish coffee, and as a treat we have Turkish delight. Also a hot chocolate. And we have a Turkish cat in here.
Her name is Orhaniye. Listen that sound. That sound means Turkish are warm people and greeting, grateful.
These houses are very common in here. You can find them a lot in here.
In the end, visiting Ankara Castle means time traveling to past, and you feeling cultural and artistic atmosphere of the city. If you come to Ankara, make sure not to leave without visiting here. And yes, we invite you to see all of these historical houses and castle and unique atmosphere. Do not forget, history isn't just in books. It winks at you from this castle. Let's see what people think about this castle.
What was the experience like while you were watching the city from Ankara Castle?
It was an incredible experience. I really enjoyed watching the view of the Ankara that brings together different cultures and structures.
do you think about the Ankara houses from Ottoman era? Which are inside of? Have you any visit of them?
These houses do really have a warm atmosphere. I wandered in one of them and the handcraft workshop was really interesting.
While you were visiting the Ankara castle, which part of the castle caught your attention the most?
I really enjoyed the inner castle. I was fascinated by the size of the towers and perfect Ankara houses.
What do you think about the past lives in Ankara castle while you were visiting Ankara castle from castle's atmosphere?
Yes, definitely. I had an idea about the past forms, nervosities and stone structure. Especially simplicity in Ankara houses tell us a story about how lives in the past were more calmer and more pleasant.
What information about the castle amazed you the most?
The fact that they use different stones from different periods together, like Ottomans, Byzantines, Romans, that really impressed me. Every stone has a different story behind it.
Did you visit any museums of around the castle? Did any pieces catch your attention?
I have visited Anadolu Medeniyetler Museums. The Gatlas figures which belong to Hittites very impressed me. They made me realize how much history Anatolia has.
Thanks.
Which part of the castle amazed you the most?
That part there with the nice view.
And I think you visited Ankara.
Yes.
What did you think about the city?
So this is our first day. We just arrived. It's very nice. It's cold.
Yes.
I wish we could see more, but it's a bit smoggy.
About your visit, what are you most excited about?
Yeah, the food, I think.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.